Hello guys, welcome back. In today's Microsoft Excel VBA video, we are going to look at the different types of loops that are available to us in Microsoft Excel. In the previous few videos, we have already taken a look at the for loop in detail. Now, for loop is one of the most popular loops that we have in Microsoft Excel, but this does not mean that it is the only loop that we have got. We have actually the four loops in Microsoft Excel, and these are for loop, which we have already studied about. Then we have for each next loop, do while loop, and the do until loop. Now the reason why we have these four loops is because all of these four loops are different in their syntaxes. They accept different kind of values, but their function is common. That is, they used to iterate over and perform the repeated tasks again and again. All of these loops are used to ease out our work. They are used to actually iterate multiple times over the same thing and used whenever we have to do the redundant job. So when we looked at for loop, we know that for the for loop to work, what do we need is the starting and the ending value to be present. So the for loop can only work when we know exactly that how many times we need to execute the loop, what is the starting value of the loop and what is the ending value of the loop. Then only the for loop can work. But this is not always the scenario when we exactly know that how many times we need to execute the loop. So to overcome all of our problems, we have these different types of loops available with us, and these loops are something known as for each next loop, do while loop and do until loop. Now each and every loop has its own features, has its own properties, which we are going to see in today's video. So let us create a new sheet. This is sheet 5, and let us insert a new module. And let's name this module as loop types, so that we are able to understand that what we are going to do with this module or with this macro. That is, we are going to study the different types of loops that we have. So let's create a sub procedure and also name it as loop types, so that this is actually the name of our macro itself, loop types. Open and close the parenthesis and write end sub to make sure that VBA recognizes it as a sub procedure. Now let us first write in the comments that what loop types we have. We have a loop known as for loop. We have already looked at it, so I'm not going to discuss about it. Then we have next loop, which is known as the for each next loop. Then we have something known as the do while loop. And then we have something known as do until loop. So these are the four types of loops that are available to us in Visual Basic. Let us start with the for each next loop. So to start with it, let us first look at its syntax. In the for loop, we looked at an example in which we displayed the name of all of the sheets that were available in the current workbook to us. So we are going to look at the same example, but with the help of the for each next loop. So for that purpose, let us just write the for each next loop. So first of all, let me just write this code, dim sht as worksheet, and then I'm going to write this for each loop, each ht as this workbook dot sheets. Actually, it's going to be in this workbook dot sheets, and then you need to write the piece of code which is the name of the sheet. So let's just write this next statement, and here let's just display it in the form of a message box as sht dot name. So this is the piece of code that you need to write, this whole 4 line of code that you need to write for the for each loop to display the name of all the sheets. Now we have taken a message box over here. So let us understand the working of the for each loop. First of all, we have declared a variable named SHT as a worksheet variable, which means SHT will hold the worksheets as the whole. Okay. Now, using the for each loop, we have to write the in keyword. Like in the for loop, we wrote the keyword to. So in the for each loop, we have to write the in keyword. SHT is the variable that is of type worksheet. So we write for each worksheet in this workbook.sheets. Now this workbook, we know this is an object which is used to refer to the present workbook. When we write .sheets, which means that it is going to hold the collection of the sheets that are available in the present workbook. So this is basically, this workbook.sheets basically holds the collection of all the sheets that are available in the current workbook, and all of these sheets would be stored in SHT one by one. That means when the iteration is at number 1, sheet 1 is stored. Then when it executes this statement, which is in the body of the for each next loop, the operation that we require would be performed on the first sheet, that is sht.name. Right now in the first execution, SHT is holding sheet 1, so the name sheet 1 would be shown in the message box, and then when we go to next, then the next sheet from this workbook.sheets, that is sheet 2, would be stored in SHT, and then the execution would be taken place with sheet 2. So that's how the for each next loop works. That is, it does not require any starting or the ending value. The only thing that it requires actually is the sheet itself or the object itself, the collection of the objects, which is nothing but this, and to access that collection, a variable or an iterator of the object type. So whenever you are trying to use the objects, you are advised to use the for each next loop. And let's just look at it by using the step into function. So this is the first statement, message box sheet.name. When we execute this, we get sheet 1. Then we go to next, then the second sheet name, that is sheet 2, then again next, then the third sheet name, that is sheet 3, then again next, then the fourth sheet name, that is sheet 4, again next, and then the fifth sheet name, that is sheet 5. So that's how it works. So you must be wondering that it may only work for the message box, but that's not the case. You can also show it in the form of the cells. How can you do that? For that purpose, you need to declare an integer variable. Suppose I declared him I as integer, and I just initialize I with 1. So in the cells I comma 1, I want to show the sheet name, and once it's been shown, then I want to change the value of I want to increment it by 1. So I equals to I plus 1. This is what I write. Now if I just try to execute it, then what happens is, right now the value of I is 1. So in 1 comma 1 we get sheet.name, sht.name, that is sheet 1. Then the value of I increments by 1, that is it changes to 2. Then the next option, so now 2 comma 1 sheet 2, and so on, 3, 4 and 5. So that's how it works. That's how you can use the for each next loop. You can iterate through it, and that's how it works. So this was all about the for each next loop that you need to understand, and that is all for this video. Also in the next video we are going to cover this do while and the do until loop and understand their working with the help of the examples. So this is all for today's video, and thanks for watching.